versus the army of dudes. As you can see, I figured out how to change the color of the canvas. Still can't figure out how to put photos in, but this is a level called the Army of Dudes. And yes, Colby the kitty's goal is to get the giant bar of peanut butter. And I can adjust the speed of the game so that the dude moves faster or slower. But I set it at like 4 miles per hour. I mean, I've set it to 100 before, but... And as the game progresses, more dudes pop up. You just cannot. So, let's see what happens. More dudes. They're coming after you, Colby. Army grows. This is quite the formidable army of dudes. The army of dudes stands at 11. Game over. The dude ate you because he hate you. Alright, so as you can see, that's the code, that's the game. And I can program it to say whatever I want. I can program this game to say whatever I want. So I'm looking through the code here. I can get a sprite image of whatever. I can adjust the width of the sprite image, so I can make the dude bigger and make it more difficult for the width and the height of the dude to 100, so I can make the dude's head bigger. So now the dude is much, much bigger. And you know what that means? It's going to be much, much harder to beat the army of dudes. Because the width, like, we can make the army bigger, and bigger means more difficult. There's 5 of them, and they're that big. So the army of dudes, now you have 6 of these big behemoth dudes and 7. So now there's 7 of these dogs that are trying to get 8. We'll probably set it back to 50 by 50. 9 dudes on the screen. And now there are 10 dudes trying to keep you from getting the peanut butter to beat the level. And I'm just gonna let you guys know, you never beat the level. It pops up on the screen. So there's actually no advancing to the next level. So if you I bet I could type some code in and make it so that if you beat the level 10 times, but that's like, so we will modify this game. We'll put this back at 50, and we're going to increase the dude's speed from 4 to 10. But we're also going to increase the size of Colby the kitty from 50 by 50 to 100 by 100 to see what happens. Because if Colby the kitty's bigger, the dude is smaller, but he's faster, what happens? It's going to be hard. See, because the whole purpose of this is it's harder for the cat's bigger than the dude, so it's harder for the cat to dodge the dude. I mean, pixel size is everything when it comes to this game because, I mean, yeah, let's try one more thing. I'm dying to try this. We're going to make the dude 100 by 100, and we're going to set the miles per hour to 100. I don't think I'm going to get anywhere, but I want to see what happens. I'm curious. Wow. So not only is the dude bigger, but yeah, it's kind of like it's going so fast. And that's the thing. They multiply each time. I wonder if I can program the game so that, like, I have one more theory I want to test out. Let's try that. Let's try multiplying the blocks. See what happens. Do more of these dudes pop up if I do that? I wanted to multiply the number of dudes that showed up. But that doesn't work apparently. There's 6 dudes, so apparently you can't add more dudes to the let's try X num blocks. Nope, that screwed it up. So you gotta use the plus symbol. Yes, so basically that's the entire game. The dude ate you because he hate you. And I can go in and I can change that. And what I'm going to do is I like the game over the dude ate you because he hate you slogan. But if you go into the alert section of the game, we can go into the alert section and we can modify this. So now I'm going to change the alert button, the JavaScript alert button. I mean, I can make this yum yum kitty cat, woof woof. So yeah, I can do that. The alert allows me to change what I put in the game, the slogan, whenever the dog eats you, dog defeats you. And you never win the game. You never win. You just have more dudes to deal with. That's all that there is to this game. I can also make the cat smaller, making it easier for the cat to beat the levels. And that lack of size gives the cat an advantage because the cat's smaller and the dude's fairly small. Guess what? The cat's gonna win the game because the cat can just get the peanut butter. And we're gonna see how many dudes this does, and then we're gonna wrap it up. I promise. I know this video is taking a while. So the army of dudes is at 6, and I might convert this to an iPhone app at some point in the future. So a dozen dudes. Yep. And I am going to adjust the speed from 4 miles per hour to 5 miles per hour. Speed's at 10 miles per hour. But I'm going to adjust that to 4 5. So, yeah, you get the picture. I don't need to go on about this, but dude hate you because he hate you. You see what I've done here. All right, I've created a game. I'd like to thank Cowpote and my nephew Wendy, because my nephew Wendy is a dog named the dude that recently passed away. And honestly, the Army of Dudes does sound like a badass name for a group of villains, because it's like you can never defeat them. All you can do is capture the peanut butter, make more of them appear, and eventually the dude gets you. It's like herpes. Eventually, you will die from the dude. I know that's a horrible analogy, and herpes is no laughing matter, but AIDS kills. I mean, you cannot win the game. It's impossible to win the game. But it's fun to play. I mean, don't get me wrong. And you can keep. This is the first game I've ever programmed, so try your best not to criticize me. Thank you. Goodbye.